so many Catholics, including your humble scribe here, find the president's statements and actions in regard to abortion so repellent. He claims he objects to abortion, that he considers it morally wrong, and yet time and again, in the most straightforward, even strenuous manner, he strives by word and deed to make it more available, more acceptable, more legally defended.
What a timely video. Almost 2 years after the presidential election of 2020, this bishop, a leader in the church and in the culture, has the audacity to release this. Everyone, including this bishop, knew what we were getting if Biden was elected. So, this message is actually not timely at all. And realistically, is the message even strong enough? Do Catholics know the truth? Do all of us understand the heart of God on this issue, on abortion? When looking at the data, we see that over half of our Catholic brethren in the United States think abortion should be legal in most or all cases. So, whose fault is this? Whose fault is it that most Catholics hold the view on the preeminent issue of our time that is contrary to church teaching? That teaching being, since the first century, the church has affirmed the moral evil of every procedured abortion. This teaching has not changed and remains unchanged. Direct abortion, that is to say, abortion willed either as an end or a means, is gravely contrary to the moral law. Realistically, it's the church's fault as a whole, but I want to specifically use Bishop Robert Barron as an example. Obviously, I led with his scathing video about Joe Biden's thinking and approach to abortion within the political arena. The fact is, Bishop Barron's reach and influence is vast. He heads up the Word on Fire Catholic Ministries, a global media apostolate that reaches millions of people. He's a religion correspondent for NBC and also appears on Fox News, CNN, and EWTN. He's been invited to speak about religion at the headquarters of Amazon, Facebook, and Google. He has keynoted several conferences and events throughout the world, including the 2016 World Youth Day and the 2015 World Meeting of Families. He's published 20 books, produced 15 shows, including one that was syndicated for national television in the United States. He has hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter and Instagram. Over 500,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, which has a total of more than 100 million combined views. And he has over 3 million Facebook followers. And he releases a video criticizing Joe Biden, the nominally Catholic president, when? Almost 2 years after it actually mattered. I'm not trying to say that this sort of avoidance of speaking the direct truth is exclusive to Bishop Barron, because it's not. But strong leaders do not compromise. They speak eloquently, but do not mince words. What are the facts? Firstly, the right to life is the preeminent right, meaning it precedes all others. And the Catholic Church acknowledges and recognizes this. The Catholic Church also recognizes that this is the most important issue to take into consideration when engaging in the civic duty of voting. Finally, the Democrat Party platform explicitly states that abortion is a right. What is the conclusion that we must draw from these facts? For those who haven't come to the conclusion already, the reality is, if you are Catholic, you cannot vote for a Democrat. And the bishop, with his large platforms and extensive reach, should be proclaiming this message instead of speaking around it. There are many who have made this proclamation. The few that come to mind are Michael Voris of Church Militant, Father Altman, and Mother Miriam. But this message needs to be crystal clear to all Catholics. We need to all be on the same page. As long as the Democrats continue to include the right to abortion as a central piece of their party platform, no Catholic can vote for them. Period. Catholics make up 22% of the American population. That means there are over 70 million of us living in the United States. We have the influence and the duty to drive change and shape culture, and we are obligated to vote. According to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, submission to authority and co-responsibility for the common good make it morally obligatory to pay taxes, to exercise the right to vote, and to defend one's country. We do not have an option when it comes to voting. And to be explicit, we do not have an option when it comes to voting for Democrats. We cannot vote for anyone who runs on the Democrat Party platform because of their stance on this preeminent issue. The United States Conference of Catholic Bishops says as much without outright saying it. The threat of abortion remains our preeminent priority because it directly attacks life itself, because it takes place within the sanctuary of the family and because of the number of lives destroyed. And to his credit, Bishop Barron says relatively the same thing. But we cannot and should not have ever been ambiguous about this fact. As Catholics, we cannot vote for anyone running on a platform that includes the right to abortion. We as Catholics cannot vote Democrat, period.